emotional and mental well, and it's crucial to understand the different ways it can manifest. By being proactive and developing healthy coping strategies, we can prevent stress from overwhelming us and ensure that we remain in control of our lives. So I hope you people know what is stress is. It's just a natural. Next slide, please. So how do you know you are stressed? Mostly today's statement wherever I go is I used to get, Madam, I'm very much stressed. So how do you know when you are stressed? When you are feeling moody, irritable, or demanding, experiencing depression, anxiety, or a lack of humor, becoming hostile, means isolated, you're not mingling with anyone, nervous or always dull or tearful, feeling apathetic, there is no sympathizing or dissatisfied, struggling with emotional outburst or a short fuse. They'll be very emotional. They just cry for everything. Feeling lonely or worried. Next slide, please. So, stress. People will say, I am stressed out. So, these are the things which make us stressed, like moody, irritable, demanding, depressed, anxious, lacking humor, hostile, nervous, tearful, apathetic. These are some of the emotional features of stress. When stressed, people can become short fused, lonely, they experience emotional outbursts, feel dissatisfied, and become worried. Next. So, if you talk about the features, so if you take stress, what all the cognitive features we face is we forget, we are always inattentive, we are distracted, we give poor judgments, we are disorganized, we are confused, we are unclear with our perceptions, and we're always in the boredom, like we don't have any interest in anything, and we'll be having unusual dreams, and we believe things like, always something is going to happen wrong, and prolonged thoughts of, fear, etc. Next. So these are certain things which I have created. If you say that you are under stress, so you have sleep change, sleep patterns will be differ. Stress can lead to changes in sleep patterns, including difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep or sleeping too much, eating disturbances. Stress can disrupt normal eating habits, leading to overeating, undereating, or craving for unhealthy foods. Increased substance abuse. When stressed, some people may turn to increased use of alcohol, drugs, or other substances as coping mechanism. Avoidance of tasks and others, like they postpone. Stress can cause people to withdraw from responsibilities, their tasks, and social interactions, leading to further isolation and problems. And you can see people, they will be having nervous laughter, like stress can manifest in nervous or inappropriate laughter, which may be a coping mechanism or a sign of emotional disruption. Then frequent illness. Stress can weaken the immune system, making people more susceptible to illness and infections. And you can see people will be having allergies. Stress can exacerbate, trigger the onset of allergies, leading to physical symptoms like rashes, sneezing, or breathing. And this is a common problem. People say they have headache and stressed out. So headache and pain, stress can cause physical symptoms like headaches, muscle tension, and other types of pain. Next, please.
Ma'am, can't able to hear.
Ma'am, is this any issue are you facing?
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க மேம், கொஞ்சம் பவர் இஷ்யூ. ஸோ உடனே வந்துருவோம். ஓகேங்களா? சாஜித் பிரதர் கேக்குதா? இருக்கீங்களா?
Yes, yes, you can't. Ma'am name.
பவர் கொடுத்துருங்க.
Okay, நீங்களும் கொடுக்கலாம். Okay, okay, done.
Thank you, Jazakallah. So, what makes you stress? So, actually, I am under stress now because there is no power cut. So, Alhamdulillah. What makes you stress? So, work demands, excessive workloads, tight deadlines, and high pressure work environments can be major source of stress. Personal relationships, conflict with family, friends, or romantic partners can create significant emotional stress. Financial concerns like money worries, debts, and financial instability can be a constant source of stress and anxiety. Major life changes like significant life events like moving, changing jobs, or the loss of a loved one can be highly stressful. Next slide, please. So there are two types of stress. It's a good stress and bad stress. So if we talk about stress,
Like, for an example, death of spouse, divorce, marital separation, jail term, death of a close family member, personal injury or illness, major mortgage, foreclosure of mortgage or loan, son or daughter leaving home, trouble with boss, dismissal from work, change in health, a family member, a marriage or marriage reconciliation, pregnancy, change in financial state, change to different line of work, change in responsibilities at work, outstanding personal achievement, begin or end of the school. Next slide, please. When there is a demand, you exceed your energy and stress develop, and more energy is required. So stress develops when demand require more energy than you have. This is the main cause of stress. Next slide, please. This is Erkis Dodson law. 1908, he developed this law. It's an inverted U model. Stress versus performance. It's psych up, optimal stress, and psych down, psych out. According to the Erkes-Dodson law, a moderate amount of stress can actually improve performance and productivity. That is why we say we need stress. It's like good stress. So optimal stress, the Erkes-Dodson law suggests that there is an optimal level of stress that can enhance performance. Psych out, however, too much stress can lead to a decline in performance as the body and the mind become overwhelmed. Next slide, please. How do you manage stress? Stress is a natural part of life, but it's important to find healthy ways to manage it. Developing effective coping strategies can help you maintain your well-being and productivity. So coping strategies are very, very important. There are two types. Next slide, please. Unhealthy and healthy. For an example, if you see people, they drink coffee, they drink tea. They say, if I drink tea or coffee, everything will be calmed down. So caffeine, consuming too much caffeine can lead to jitters, anxiety, and energy crash. Responsibility, taking on too much responsibility can lead to burnout and stress. Unhealthy behaviors like smoking, drinking in excess, compulsive spending, emotional eating, and using drugs are unhealthy ways to cope with stress. Negative coping, being defensive, blaming others, avoiding problems are unhealthy ways to deal with stress. Next slide, please. Healthy coping. For healthy coping, you should do exercise. There are a few relaxation techniques, social support, time management, and healthy habits. Exercise, it's a regular phenomena like regular physical activity. It can help reduce stress and improve overall well-being. Relaxation techniques like practice like deep breathing, meditation, and yoga can help calm the mind and body. Social support like spending time with friends and loved ones can provide a sense of connection and belonging. Time management, prioritizing your task, setting boundaries, and practicing good time management can help reduce feelings of being overwhelmed. Healthy habits, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and engaging in self-care activities can all contribute to better stress management. Next slide, please. So time management, everyone knows about time management. So we need to prioritize a task, then minimize distraction, and schedule your time. So prioritizing your task, make a to-do list and prioritize your task based on importance and deadlines. This will help you focus on the most critical items first. The second one is minimize distraction. Identify and eliminate or minimize distraction that can derail your productivity, such as social media, email, or unnecessary meetings. The third one is schedule your time. Block out time in your calendar for important tasks and activities. This will help you avoid overcommitting and ensure you have dedicated time to get things done. Next slide, please. Set your priorities. We should identify which is priority. So identify your goals. Start by clearly defining your goals and priorities. What are the most important things you want to achieve? Number two, you have to allocate your time. Once you have identified your priorities, make sure to allocate your time accordingly. Don't let less important tasks consume your day. Always learn to say no. It's okay to decline requests or commitments that don't align with your priorities. Saying no can help you stay focused on what's most important. Fourth one is review and adjust. Regularly review your priorities and make adjustments as needed. Your goals and circumstances may change, so be flexible and adaptable. Next, we often forget about self care. So, taking care of yourself is essential for managing stress and maintaining your overall well being. Self care activities can help you recharge, rejuvenate, and find balance in your life. Engaging in regular self care practices such as getting enough sleep, eating healthy diet, and making time for hobbies and relaxation can help reduce stress and improve your mental and physical health. It's important to find self care activities that work best for you. You have to identify which activities are best, whether it's spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness or meditation, or simply taking a break or do something you enjoy. Next comes is healthy thinking. We can just go through point by point because we have a lot of things to do. So, positive self talk, cognitive reframing, gratitude, practice, and mindfulness. We can just go through it. Positive self talk is, be mindful of your inner dialogue and talk about yourself. And cognitive reframing is when faced with stressful situation, try to reframe your perspective. Your perspective matters the most. And third one is gratitude practice. Cultivating a sense of gratitude can shift your mindset and help you focus on good things in your life. And the least one is mindfulness, practicing mindfulness, such as through meditation or deep breathing. Next slide, please. Thoughts and emotions. Thoughts, interpretations, emotions, events, and behavior. Our thoughts, interpretation, emotions, the events we experience, and resulting behaviors are interconnected. Next slide, please. Limited thinking patterns. For example, when we are under stress, we overthink. Overthink is the first and foremost thing which we do. So we need to limit our thinking patterns like filtering, focus on negatives, polarized thinking, all or nothing, overgeneralization, like we globalize everything, mind reading, know what others think, catastrophizing, visualize disaster, magnifying, exaggerate intensity, personalization, it means all about me, shoulds, like enunciate rules. Next slide, please. So for all these things, we can go with relaxation exercise like mindfulness, yoga, nature walks, soothing music. According to Islam, like there are more research going on, the best relaxation exercise is Salah. They are doing research that Muslim people are less stressed than other persons. It's only because of Salah. Next slide, please. So relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques can serve a variety of purposes, from controlling anger to relieving stress and improving overall respiratory functions. Incorporating these practices into your daily routine can reduce wear and tear on the body and mind. This presentation will explore the benefits and techniques of deep breathing, muscle relaxation, and visualization exercise to help you achieve a state of calm and regeneration. Next slide. So these are the relaxation techniques for stress management, like deep breathing. Next slide. Simple deep breathing exercise, like step 1, start with your elbows bent at your sides. Hold for a count. Step 2, as you take in, breathe through your mouth, extend your elbows behind your back, and stick out your chest. If you want to practice, you can just listen to me and do accordingly. Start with your elbows bent at your sides. As you take in a breathe through your mouth, extend your elbows behind your back and stick out your chest. Hold for a count of 5 and release the air by sucking in your abdomen. This will force out the air in quick burst. Let your arms return to the starting position. So these are the simple deep breathing exercise. And then comes the muscle relaxation. Next slide, please. Progressive muscle relaxation is a way of systematically relax all of the muscles in your body. This reduces unnecessary muscle tension and save your energy for the things that really matters. With practice, just telling yourself to relax can quickly make your body be as loose as a rag doll. Muscle relaxation exercise should be done in comfortable chair. Don't do them in bed, as you want to teach your body to relax, not to fall asleep. Doing them right before bed is an excellent idea, as a more relaxed body will sleep better. So next slide. So these are the relaxation exercise. Step 1, sit in a comfortable position with eyes closed. Take a few deep breaths, expanding your belly as you breathe air in and contracting it as you exhale. Begin at the top of your body, go down. Start with your head, tensing your facial muscles, squeezing your eyes shut, puckering your mouth, and clenching your jaw. Hold, then release and breathe. Step 3, tense as you lift your shoulders to your ears. Hold, then release and breathe. Fourth step, make a fist with your right hand. Tighten the muscles in your lower and upper arm. Hold, then release. Breathe in and out. Repeat with left hand. Next slide. Next comes visualization. Visualization exercise uses the power of the imagination to bring about a state of relaxation. Visualization taps into right brains, thus quieting also busy left brains and redirecting us away from all of our worries. And visualization exercises are like vacation for the mind. As you imagine yourself in a place that represents beauty, serenity for you, it's just an imagination. You are visualizing it. It can be a place you have actually been to, or just a place in your imagination. Visualization exercises are the best done in quiet setting. Next slide, please. So this is the visualization exercise. Pick a place, choose a setting, and evoke a sense of peacefulness and serenity for you. It can be a real place, in other words, somewhere you have actual been, or it could just be a place from your imagination. Banish disruptive thoughts. Use your imagination to help to shoo away the intrusive thoughts that love to pop up, particularly when we are trying to enjoy some peace and quiet. Engage your senses. Focus on the smells, sound, and sensations of your peaceful place. Imagine the sights, scents, and textures that make it serene and calming environment. Enjoy the moment. This is your time to be quiet and relaxed so that you can recharge your batteries. Keep telling yourself to enjoy serenity of your special place. So I would like to add one more thing. Life becomes beautiful by relationship, by the people, not by things. Things can enhance a lifestyle. Relationship can enhance the quality of life. There is a big difference between lifestyle and life. People have a fantastic upmark lifestyle and a terrible life. And there are those who have fantastic life, may or may not necessarily they have that kind of lifestyle. So if you have any questions, please. I'll ask you one simple question. If you practice cricket daily for 10 hours, if you practice cricket daily for 10 hours a day, at the end of 2024, will you become a Virat Kohli? Can I get the answer? Again, I repeat, if you practice cricket daily for 10 hours, I'm telling 10 hours daily per day, at the end of 2024, we are in the month of May, another 7 months, 10 hours a day at the end of 2024, will you become a Virat Kohli? So I got the answer. Yeah, most of them have said no. Some have said maybe, or maybe not. Will you become better at cricket at least 10 hours a day? Will you? Yes, 100%. So we get better at whatever we practice, isn't it? So far, for ages, we have practiced being distracted. We have been practiced being distracted. What will we better at? Being distracted. For ages, you have been practicing. What will be you better at? Listening to your mind. For ages, you have practiced. So, recurring yourself, you are changing your own conditioning, but not listening to your mind. Do you think it will be easy? So, any habit changes doesn't changes overnight. It will take time. Okay. So there are many questions arousing, like how to manage stress in personal relationship. Super. Nowadays, people who come for counseling at Madras, at family court, they use this terminology called depression. They say, "Madam, we are undergoing depression, so this is a very toxic relationship. We cannot work out. We need to get this separation." So they don't understand what life is about. They take this terminology called depression. Actually, they are under stress. They are under stressful situation, but they take this as depression, and they come to a conclusion of dissolving their marriage. So a bad day is not a bad life. It's just a bad day. I tell people, whoever comes to me, like, bad day is not a bad life. It's just a bad day. Breathe. It's okay. This too shall pass. It will be all right. So this is my principle. I tell all my clients. So can you tell how to let the things go away? Keep on thinking something happened. Okay. Okay, just tell me, by copying in the exam, you might get pass, isn't it? You are copying in examination. Everybody will get pass mark because you are all copying, isn't it? because everybody gets the same question paper in the examination hall. But life gives us a different question paper. To everyone, you have a different question paper, I have a different question paper, because someone's upbringing is different, their struggles are different, opportunities are different, resources are different, family is different. Why we need to copy from others? So be contented with what you have. Life will be miracle for you, because people, they start copying. All this stress, this depression, all these things, it occurs because we copy others. She has, I don't have. They have, we don't have. So all these things we see, we are not contented, we are not happy. We don't show gratitude towards what we have. So these things, so we cannot copy in real life. How to avoid social anxiety? Please consider this question. So we are talking about stress management. Stress, the first step of stress is anxiety. Like, for an example, if you're going to write an exam, if you're going to appear for an interview, so what will be your state of your mind is called anxiety. Social anxiety is the place where you need to interact with other people's. Okay, for that, I have already talked about so many techniques. So you need to follow that. Personal questions, you can come to me directly. It's social anxiety. Okay. The worst addiction on planet Earth. I'll tell you, the worst addiction on planet Earth, guys. It's not alcohol, it's not substance abuse, it's not tobacco. Because of all these addictions, you have de-addiction center and rehabilitation center. Okay. The worst addiction in life is comfort. It's not phone. It's comfort. We are always in comfort zone. We're always in comfort zone. When we get addicted to comfort, it stops us from taking those steps that are necessary for our growth. So I feel that worst addiction is comfort, but we have to do it by ourselves. We cannot depend on others. So I would like to add one more story. There was a crab walking on the shores of the ocean. When the crab was walking, there were footsteps of the crab. Okay. Suddenly, a massive wave of the ocean came by the shore and washed up the beautiful footprints. If you go to beach, you can see, nice, tiny footprints of the crabs. So the crab said to the ocean, "You are my friend. Why did you do that?" So crab asked the ocean, "You are my best friend. How can you, washed away my footprints?" The ocean said, "You couldn't see what I can see. I'm huge. I can see what is happening around." So the ocean is telling to the crab, "I can see a hunter coming to catch you with your footprints. So I washed it away." So a lot of times people's action may be, kind of, uh, it's kind of different phenomenon. Their attentions, it's in our favor. So we just cannot be judgmental. We need to think. I'm talking about the relationship issues. I'm just mainly focusing on relationship issues. For an example, husband and wife staying together, the misunderstanding arises. I want to add one more thing. Like when people are angry, they yell at the top of their voices. This I have seen in the court. When they are angry, they just yell at the top of their voices. Like, I was wondering why. People, they just sit in front of the person and they'll just yell at each other. I'm in front. Why are you yelling? So, you can shout when a person is far, like he's a far. Okay, you can call him with the name or, hello, sir, where are you, sir, or whatever, when a person is far off. Okay. So when the person is nearby, you're going to an iPhone shop and say, hey, bhai, give me 15 Pro Max. You cannot shout. Okay. So you're sitting too close and you can just request them, or you can lower your voice and you can talk to them. But in a relationship, okay, when there is an anger and the relationship is sore, you will be physically sitting together. Okay. You will be close, but the heart are 1,000 miles apart. When there is a distance, natural consequences is yelling to get attention. They, they are close physically, but emotionally not connected. So this is an example which I want to, express. I just want to put it across why stress happens between relationships, like both the spouses. One more thing I would like to say, last but not the least, all of us are like products. Okay, product, PRODUCTS. Okay, everyone has a manufacturing date. We know, oh, I was born in 1st of January. Okay, fantastic. Everyone knows, everyone in this group, they know their manufacturing date. But we do not know when our life will expire. We don't know the time. Okay, so we don't know the date. We don't know anything about when is the end going to happen. Therefore, just like every products must be utilized fully before its expiry for its intended purpose. There is a purpose for everything. There is a purpose of this life. We should live our life to the fullest with joy, with exuberance, meaning, and a purpose. There is a purpose for life. As a Muslim community, Islam is the way of life. So Islam teaches everything. You just need to ponder. For each and everything, there is an answer. Okay. I feel, for every problem, there is a solution in the Quran. So here I go. If you have any questions, personal questions can be sent to me later, but general questions can be. Any questions? For stress, I think this techniques are very, very important, which I have just sent it across, like relaxation techniques. I would like to tell one more thing. The sujood which we do, the frontal lobe of the forehead. There is a forehead, right? We do sujood. So when you increase your sujood, right? That's why Prophet ﷺ was more during sujood. He was spending more time in the sujood. So I request all my Muslim brothers and sisters to increase sujood if you are too much of stressed out. I will not use the term depression. Depression is a very a very distinct word. Stress, actually, we everyone of having stress. Show me one person without a stress, from the child, from the student to the grown-up adult to an old age people. Everybody is having stress. So just to reduce the stress, your frontal lobe matters the most. You can increase your sujood time. Okay. And there are so many techniques which I have mentioned. I feel, we can have a session with Rafiq sir and Hussein sir, like to teach you people about the techniques, like, techniques where it can be shown through video or audio, so that you can learn that, respiration techniques, visualization techniques, that's all these exercise, relaxation techniques. It's a very beneficial, and there's 100% results. What do you mean by blocking out time in a plan? Blocking out time in our planner. Blocking out time in our planner. So I told you time management is very, very important. Why you are blocking your time? I couldn't get you. Can you explain it to me clearly? I told you have to prioritize everything. You have to identify your goals, allocate your time, learn to say no, review and adjust. So all these things is matters the most for, blocking out time in your planner. I spoke about time management also, prioritizing your task and minimize your distraction and scheduling your time. Anything else? You can get my number from Rafiq sir and Hussein Basha sir. Yes. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yes, Ms. Balkis, you can get my number from sir and get back to me. I'll give you clear definition about time management. Like I'll explain you time management. It is about nothing but prioritizing your task, setting up of your boundaries actually, and practicing good time management can help reduce feeling of or being overwhelmed. You can prioritize. Tell me about nervous. Nervous. You want to talk about nervous system or nervous? Nervous is nothing but anxiety. It's just about anxiety. You're focusing more about your thinking patterns. Like for an example, I told you if you're going to appear for exam, the prior stage of stress is anxiety. So you become anxious. You want to know what's happening. So it means nervous. You can get my number from Raviq sir. Anything else you want to ask? How to maintain stress when someone was betrayed? Yeah, that's a relationship issues. Just now I told you, just go back to the techniques which I taught you. Okay, you just need to manage your thoughts and emotions. Okay, your thoughts, interpretations, emotions, the events which you have experienced and are the results of your behavior are interconnected. So the way we think about situation can shape how you feel and respond to it. So by understanding this cycle, we can learn to manage our thoughts and emotions more effectively to promote healthier behaviors. So mindfulness, yoga, nature walks, and listen to the music. So music is haram in Islam, but according to psychology, the kirat, the nasheed, which we hear, you can hear to that. Yes, of course, we attract positive. When we are positive, we attract positivity. When you always Just sit in a place and imagine that you are getting a headache. Obviously, you'll get a headache. Even though if you're having headache, you tell yourself, I'm all right, I'm okay. You'll be more confident. You'll perform better. Hope you got your answer. It's not about that. Rich attacks rich, poor attracts poor. See, we are not here to talk about economics. We are here to talk about psychology, about the stress management. Rich attracts rich, poor attracts poor. No, it's not like that. There are different opinions of people matters. Your perception matters, my perception matters. How you take it up matters. And I told you about mindfulness. Practice mindfulness through meditation, deep breathing, and live in the present moment. I told you, don't get distracted. So always focus what you have. Show gratitude. Anything else? Hope I answer your question, Ishad Banu. Thank you. Any questions for me? I always tell the group, like, what do you want to have? You want to have extraordinary or ordinary. So mostly people, we are all human beings. We always prefer extraordinary. So in relationship, if you are going to give extraordinary to your opposite partner, anything extraordinary, whether it is food, love, care, respect, anything, you will get extraordinary. It's just a process of give and take. You give, you take. What you give, you will take back. Anything else? Yes, bad days. I always keep that in mind. A bad day is not a bad life. A bad day is not a bad life. It's just a bad day. Breathe. It's okay. This too shall pass. It will be all right. Yeah, of course, for school teachers, we can conduct program on stress management. But sorry, ma'am, I can focus only on relationship issues. Yes. In practical, it's not so easy. Yes, I do understand, ma'am, but practice makes things perfect. We need to practice. Like I said, playing, cricket for 10 hours a day, 10 hours. Okay, at the end of the day, you'll be becoming, better cricket player. I cannot say that you'll become a Virat Kohli or any other, player, but you can be better. You can hit a six also. Anything else? So avoid overthinking. If you're going to, have this overthinking habit, then it's very difficult for you to come to a conclusion. Don't have any thoughts. Always have positive thoughts. Always think about positive. Be careful of two things in your life. Two things. Success, don't take it to the head. If you have success, please don't take it to your head. Once you take success to your head, the pride will start growing. And failure, don't take failure to the heart. If you follow these two things, if you follow these two things, you will be the best. Yes, we need to burst out, especially as ladies. We ladies we are easy. I can tell you, as a women's psychology, we know to manage the stress than men. We usually, burst out the stress by yelling at children, by throwing, most of the ladies, we know how to manage our stress. But when it comes to a state where it is, you cannot manage, then it is burst out. Don't worry about the people. People, they know to talk. That's all. Never ever drops your positivity. Always be firm, and you know better about yourself. I cannot judge you. I don't know what is your strength. I don't know what is your weaknesses. So you analyze your SWOT, SWOT, your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. You analyze yourself. Don't give the pen to anybody, to decide what you are. You are the one can decide about yourself. Don't ever make others to doubt. After Juma, some Muslims were cuddling at the prayer. How is it looks in psychology? It's like yeah. After Juma, it doesn't work out here. But when you have the touch, when you hug somebody, that's the reason, during Eid, we say Eid Mubarak by hugging each other. It was happened mostly in all the Gulf countries. They follow, and here in India also we follow that. So it's nothing but we say, when for an example, when I have a negative energy, somebody opposite to me is hugging me, okay? So my negative energy and their positive energy can manage. I'll get their positive energy. My negative energy will go down. And that's there in psychology. When you hug, it's not cuddling, it's hugging. Okay, we say Eid Mubarak. Sometimes we cry for a while, gives calm. Yes, of course. Crying is the best remedy for stress, especially for females. We all the females, we know this trick. I can use the word trick. Even when we are kids, we cry and we get the things done. We say, when the baby cries, mother will feed. So crying is the best tool for children as well as for the ladies. We get the things done. Yes, of course, there is a course, Islamic psychology. SAIPA has introduced. You can do that, Islamic psychology. You can get all the details. Sir will give you all the brochure and contact details. You can contact them. Yes, I do agree. We all feel stressed out when we don't get what we need. Okay, it happens. We cannot get everything we desire. There are certain limitations. There are certain things where there is a full stop. For an example, if everybody are rich, there will not be any poor in this country. Okay, say everybody are healthy, there will not be any sick people here. So Allah knows the best who should achieve what, and He will destine, He will write in our destiny which is best for us. Okay, how to enroll into Islamic psychology for Sri Lankans, duration and fees details. Everything will be posted. Rabik sir, Hussein Pasha sir, can you just post the Islamic psychology details, the duration and the fee details? Anything else? Any other question regarding to relationship? I would like to add, Like in relationship issues, men, a male, always want respect. He will not want, he doesn't care about love or care which you give. Okay. His main concern is respect. Does my wife give respect? That's it. For females, we are mainly concerned about love and care. How much love my husband is showering on me. How much care my husband is giving to me. So this exchange of energies like respect and love, care is done in a proper manner. There will not be any conflict between relationship issues. There will not be any conflict relationship if you manage this. Any questions? See, there are no points, to find a fake relationship. You need to identify whether you are in a real relationship or a fake relationship. Good relationship matters when there is an understanding, when there is an output, when there is an input, there should be an output. Okay, that's why I said give and take. How to handle toxic people within the family? Oh my God, this is a wonderful question. Okay, family is family, first of all. Like if you're to manage, to handle toxic people is very difficult. I told you just now, like I said, life becomes beautiful by relationship, by the people, not by the things. So things can enhance a lifestyle, relationship can enhance the quality of life. So to have a quality of life, you need people around you to identify, your own strength and weaknesses. To handle toxic people, it's like if you're going to handle toxic people, it's better you are away from them. Okay, like I said, mindfulness is very, very important. uh you know Unnecessary, creating the toxicity and making a toxic relationship is very difficult. So it's better you are moving away from the toxic people is the best advice which I can give you. But still, there, without toxic people you cannot survive. I told you already, there should be a good stress, there should be a bad stress. So we need to survive in this world. Without the good and the bad, there will not be any living beings. So we need toxic people. So take it as a challenge, and you need to work it out. How to handle suppression? When we ignore more, they trigger us more. Yeah, I do understand. When we ignore them more, they trigger. But you start ignoring, you don't take it to heart. You just do your work, okay? And don't focus. What advice will you give for divorcee who is missing love and affection in their life? Oh, for divorcee, I can give you an example. Best, advice is to remarry. You can look out for a groom or a bride. You can marry. Alhamdulillah. What is the best of overthinking? Overthinking itself is not good. So please don't go for overthinking. Yes, best solution for overthinking. As a Muslim, I can tell you Salah. Salah is the best. You focus. You focus on your Salah. You bring out the khushu. Okay, increase your astaghfar. Yes, we need to increase our astaghfar to avoid overthinking and procrastination. All these things occur when we lose the hope. Always, focus more on your salah. Everything will be okay. It's my personal, I have done that. So how to handle hard behavior students? There is nothing, hard handle hard behavior students. I just want to tell you one thing. If they don't behave like a child in this age, do you think at 40 years and 50 years you want the child, the person to behave like a child? It's not like that. Nowadays children know the things better than the grown-ups, like adults. Children know many things than us. So we need to go down to their level, understand them, being a friend, be as a friend, and talk to them. There are nothing called hard or easy. All our students, all our children. Just we need to understand their behavior pattern, and you just need to modify their behavior, and nothing is hard. Easily you can handle them. You just need to talk to them, and you don't lose your temper. We need to control our temper when we are with the children, because children, we are the role models for the children. They see us. We cannot lose our temper when we are with children. Any questions? How to focus on one thing? We are all human beings. We are all being, I told you about distraction. Okay. So the more we are distracted, we less focus. The more, we focus on one thing. For an example, if you're going, there are many people who are multitaskers. Okay. They can do many things at one time. But there are only, I can say about nearly 10% of the people will give you 100% result. But 90%, they will be having some, misplacement or misguidance when they do all these things. So focusing on one thing is good. I told you about meditation. For an example, if you cannot focus, for example, if you are on salah, you are standing for salah, okay, if you are unable to focus, you can read out aloud whatever you are reading, like Surah Fatiha, or whatever the surah which you are reading. You can increase, you can understand the verse, and you can stand for salah. Then your focus will more increase. It's hard to be ourselves when I dislike something and then the relatives keep on judging us. Obviously, that is why they are called relatives. They are more judgmental than us. I told you already. We are living for our own self. We are not living for others. For an example, if you are living in a family with father, mother, your siblings, your brother and sister, that's your family. If they are telling you something, okay, fine, you can listen to them. You can reply to them. You can reply in a kind manner. Okay. If they are relatives like khalas and mamus and chachas and chachis and all those relatives, they know to judge. That's it. And it doesn't mean that you need to change what they have told you. So be on your task, do good, and learn the behavior patterns, how you have to be in front of your relatives, and how you have to manage with your own family members. What is the difference between the stress and depression? I told you already. Uh, Whenever I sit in a clinic, a patient comes and says, Madam, I'm undergoing depression. I said, what is depression? Please tell me. Madam, too much of depression. I said, okay, what is depression? I don't know, madam. My headaches. There is too much of headache, body ache. I don't know. I cannot focus. I'm undergoing depression. So stress is the primary stage of depression. If you have too much of, I spoke about that law. Erkis and Doddson's law. So if there is a more stress, you're going to take it up. Automatically, the more the stress, the chronic the stress, it will lead to depression. Mm, Relationship frequently we get misunderstanding and fight between not because of us but because of family problems. We feel that yes, of course. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Most of the family disputes arises because of the extended family members. Extended family members in the sense, girls' parents and the boys' parents. Their involvement matters. Okay, when you give importance to them, their statements, then there will be a problem between you and your husband. So first, understand your husband, and the husband should understand his wife. And extended family members are very important, but they doesn't matter when it comes to your personal life. So you should sit and talk, and you can solve your own problems. And please don't fight with your husband. Okay, he is already getting too much of stress in workplace, and he has to balance wife and the mother, wife and his family members. All those things are there. You are there to only love your husband and respect him. Okay, if you have any problem, sit and talk and resolve your problems. Okay, communication is very important. So when there is a lack of communication, problem arises. Sometimes the stress makes us think that we should escape from the environment. What advice you have for this? Lesson we should learn from mistake of Yunus alayhi salam. Yes, of course. Uh, Mistake of Yunus alayhi salam. See, we are not here to talk about religion here. I can just give you some inputs. Okay. So stress, we cannot escape from the environment. See, for an example, you yourself have given about Yunus alayhi salam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the that type of environment to Yunus alayhi salam to understand what the religion is. So when you are under stress, okay, and under a very stressful situation, and you feel that you should escape from the environment, no, never ever do that. Face the stress and come to a conclusion. I always tell the people, don't search for the solution when you have a problem. The problem will be there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just like that, he will not give problems. You have the solution with you itself. Just you need to ponder where the solution is. Okay. So la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. This is the ayah which was come for Yunus alayhi salam. You can just understand the meaning of the ayah. Hope I have answered your question. How to overcome health-related phobias? Always worried about disease. Yes, that's a big stigma here. Alhamdulillah, COVID has gone, but recently there was a big chaos that Covishield, those who have taken Covishield are facing an issue, and the very next in the evening itself, I got two cases. Like they are like scared. Madam, I'm going to get thrombosis. I'm going to get blood clots. Please advise what to do. All because people, actually, the media is the problem. Only thing is we need to take good from the media. And the worst, through the media, people know, that's the only thing it reaches to the public. So all these phobias, like just now we have got this information, you need to understand. And I tell you, the people, there is everything in the Quran. Everything in the Quran. Like if you are having a problem with your health, please take kalonji every day. Kalonji. Okay. You take kalonji every day, and inshallah, all your health related phobias will, it will be disappeared. Inshallah. How to best communication teenagers? I feel that, how to communicate with the teenagers. Become a friend. If you have a teenage daughter or son, those days are gone. Like, 19th century, we people were scared to sit in front of our fathers. We were scared to sit in front of our mothers. You know, it was like very different scenario. But at present, I cannot follow the same steps what my mother did to me. I have to become a good friend for my daughter. I have to become a good friend for my son. I cannot overrule on them. So the best community, you need to talk to them in their manner. You need to advise them, like tell them what life is about. And always, I request all the parents in this group, give time to your children. Don't give them the mobile. Like, you being free, giving the mobile to the children and you enjoying your time. Please don't do that. Please, there are 24 hours in a day, okay? And you sleep for 8 hours or 7 hours and you work for 12 hours. For Allah's sake, give at least, I'm telling at least, I'm using the word at least, an hour to your children. Talk to them when they come from the school. Sit and ask them what happened. Just get their things done. Play with them. Talk to them. And I always prefer, tell my clients to have one meal with the family. One meal. You cannot have breakfast, obviously. Children are going to school, husband is going to office, and you'll be there. Or sometimes, working lady, she has also should go. So, you plan and, one meal together with the family. Plan it at least weekly once, or it's better you have one meal a day together. Hope my you have got my answer. Best communication, teenagers. Comfort zone proverb. Uh, comfort zone is, I said worst addiction. The worst addiction, like sitting in a place and we are escaping from our responsibility. I can say the word escaping. We are avoiding. We are not focusing. That's the reason I said the worst addiction on the planet Earth is comfort. We are always comfort. Like for an example, we know we need to do exercise, we need to get some sunlight, but still, we sleep. We don't leave our bed. So all these things. That's the reason I use the word comfort zone. Problem will not sit and talk. Yes, of course, problem will not sit and talk, but the the person who created the problem can sit and talk. You can, if you can't talk directly, you can send a message. You can write a letter. Those days we used to write letters. Nowadays there are WhatsApp. There are so many things where you can communicate easily. Unless and until you don't communicate, your problem cannot resolve. Yes, not only you, there are many people who postpone the things, they are unable to focus. That's why I said, you need to focus, do meditation, follow the techniques. How to manipulate others? Uh, I don't give, suggestion to manipulate others. You cannot manipulate others. Okay. How to handle children age 8 to 10 when they come to know some bad words from their friends? Yeah, of course, you need to tell them, they are all young children. And nowadays, when children are using mobiles, when they play games, automatically, the filthy words come from their mouth. You just sit and listen. That's why I said, just be with the child. Just don't give the mobile and leave them alone. Be with the child. Understand them. What's happening, to who the child is talking. Just sit and talk to them. 8 to 10 years, mostly the child, it's a fundamental age. You need to be with them, talk to them. Okay. You can correct them. You can teach them what the bad word is about. Teach them that this cannot be said. This is an unspoken word. If you're going to talk about this, you can use, when we were kids, we were taught that Allah will punish us when we are using a bad word. There are two angels, that is right hand, one angel left. If you're going to use the bad words, the angel will write all the accounts. You can give them a lot of examples. How to overcome irritation? How to overcome why you are irritated? Just sit and ponder why you are irritated, why things are happening around you. just sit and think why irritation happens. So, when there is a more irritation, stress happens. So, hope you sit and think why irritation occurs. Anything else? For unknown irritation, yes, you might not know. Like for an example, there is like you are going to your friend's house or something, and uh, you have left something at home, and you have told your son or daughter to bring it back, and she has also forgotten it. So what will be your role play? So you get irritated. You would have yelled at your children. I've already told you to bring, and see, I told you already, you need to prioritize what is needed the most. Prioritizing is very important. And one more thing I would like to tell you, like bad stress is also important for your healthy life. Good stress, bad stress. Okay. Anything else? Any more questions? Life is full about challenges. There are so many challenges in life. How to take it up matters. How you work it out matters. Okay. All are not. Everyone is not healthy here. There are people who are healthy. There are people who are unhealthy. There are people who are clever. There are people who are dull. Allah has made us in a different forms. We need to learn from each other. People, we need to learn. That's the main important. That's Western, culture is coming around. Children showing middle finger. It happens. But if you tell her, very strongly, she will repeat it again. But don't focus on it. But just advise her with a story, with prophetic. If you take it some Islamic stories, you can tell the child, doing this is bad, and Allah will, reduce your good deeds. And I would advise the parents here in this forum, like always have a whiteboard in your house. Okay. Like write the name of your child on the top. If you have children from 8 years to even 12 years, write the name of the child and write good deeds and bad deeds, good and the bad. Always use star for good things with your child is doing. Even if your child is picking up the plate and keeping inside the wash basin, give her or him as a star. If they are not responding to your words, if they're not keeping the room clean, or putting the things not in alignment, you can give them a black mark with a black pen. If you do this, the more the number of stars, okay, you can entertain your children, you can give them the gifts. The more the black marks, you can say that this week we are not going to means beach, or you might decide, like children love to entertain. So you can cut down their entertainment activities, whatever if they are need. You can plan accordingly. You can divert. You can easily divert a 8-year-old easily. Anything else? Yes, of course. You're good. Reinforcement. Fantastic. Diversion is good. I will not say diversion is good. There is, I cannot use the word diversion. It's called distraction. Distraction. Diversion means you are diverting yourself to some other phenomena. Distraction is also same thing, which which you get attracted towards different things. So if it is positive, fine, you can go ahead. If it is negative, please avoid it. Next, any other question? Yeah, there are many therapies in psychology like REBT, CBT, rational therapies. Many therapies are there which we can apply, when there is a need. Any other questions with relationship issues? At times we feel life is difficulty only for us. It's not like that. See, you have felt for you, and your partner will feel for, like, for an example, if you are in a group, A, B, C, D are there. A will think the same, B will think the same, C will also think the same, D will also think the same. So each one of us, I told about the question paper. We feel that we cannot copy the question paper. Everyone has a different question paper, and our answers are different. You cannot copy each other. Hope I answered your question. Yeah. How to manage stress? Obviously, when you know that there is a disease, stress will occur. How to manage is very, very important. Prioritize what is needed, what you want the most. You need to decide that. So once you come to know what, like I said, prioritizing. You need to prioritize what is important. Once you've done that, everything will come to a conclusion. You will not have the energy to face the stress. Everything will be solved. See, when a person has a cancer, okay, for an example, uh, obviously that person will have stress. She'll be thinking about everything, about the financial background, about future life, about a family, everything. Stress will occur. She has to made up, she has to make her mind up. That's it. And she has to prioritize things. And mindfulness is very, very important. You should be okay. This has to be done. Once you are okay with your definition of life, everything will be on track. So obviously, I can say you will get stress once you diagnosed with a disease. You need to understand and you need to cope up. I said there is a healthy coping and unhealthy coping. So you can follow the healthy coping strategies. Hope I have answered your question. That you cannot forget. You will never forget, especially your dad. See, it will take time. Only time can soothe. I can tell you that. When I have also underwent, I have lost my mother. So it's not an easy thing, but the more you're focused with your family, like for an example, your children, your husband, your domestic chores, all those things, but I cannot guarantee you that, yeah, you 2 years. There are people who are suffering from 10 years, 15 years. It's not an easy thing, I can tell you. It's you need to face that, and you need to live with that. No other go. That pain cannot be reduced, but it will be, slowly it will get reduced. Don't worry. Time heals. I told you already, time will heal. That's we say grief therapy. We give therapy for for loss during the COVID times. We used to do grief therapy for the people who have lost their loved ones during COVID times. Hope I have answered your question. Anybody else? There are so many participants, but I'm getting only 5 to 10 same name repeating. So many people are there. You can also ask regarding relationship issues. Yes. When a partner is angry, what should a wife do? Best thing not to. Now I can give you the best advice is not to respond. Do not respond, even though your husband is yelling at you, he's angry. Okay, a wife shouldn't give a back answer. You shouldn't provoke. Okay, just relax and let him. Like for I always advise husband and wife, like wives are the recycle bin. Let the husband drop all his negative emotions. We can take it back. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I do agree. Even he's wrong, but there is a time where you can sit and talk. Communication matters. I already told you, communication matters. Let him alert you first, and then he will realize what he has done is right or wrong. Then he will come. Father is the head of the family. We can't forget them. I told you, of course, you cannot, you will never, you cannot forget. How to improve sense. Yes, you can improve your sense of humor because when you have a get together in your family, you can sit with your family members, with your friends. You can talk to them. The more you okay, then your bond will grow stronger. I can tell you that. The more you meet, okay, your families, friends, whoever are with you, your relatives. Nowadays, children doesn't know who is Chacha is, who is Mamu is. We are so much of isolated that we don't involve our children. How to easy interact them. Invite them to your house. Your relatives, you can invite them to your house. You can sit, talk to them, talk about your family, talk about their family. It's like healthy relationship. Anything else? Hope I have answered all your questions. Mother-in-law praises elder daughter-in-law. She has done many things to her, but the other daughter-in-law is a bit worried about it. How elder daughter-in-law manage the situation? Be good with both sides. Yes, ma'am. Nowadays, this in-laws conflict have arises. It happens. Elder daughter-in-law was there with her for a long time, but the new daughter-in-law has just entered. It will take time for her to have, to build that confidence. Easily, people cannot be confident. They cannot trust. It will take time. Don't get worried. It's always take it easy. Okay. Be happy that the elder daughter-in-law is taking the responsibility. You have not had any responsibility. Be, don't get worried. Focus on relationship. Okay. You can be good in both the sides. Can we get recorded audio? Yes, I think Ravik sir will give you the answer for this. Any more questions? Only few people are questioning me. I don't know why others are not questioning. Elder daughter-in-law, how she have to reply when other daughter-in-law is only with you. No need to reply. Why you need to reply? Just relax. Just tell, aapki bari bhi aayegi. Your turn will also come. You just tell her. You will also get the same turn which I get, you have got. Tell her that. Anything else? Barakallah, barakallah fi. Thank you so much. Still, I need it is not just a monologue. I need an interactive session. People are muted. Only few are, chatting. Others are just spectators. How to get up early without alarm? Mm. How to get up early without alarm? You just need to tell yourself, when you perform your Isha Salah, okay, and when you go to bed, you do zikr. Tell to your mind that you need to get up for Fajr. Okay. Once you tell this to your mind, but this will not be done in a day or two. It has to be habitual. You need to feed it every night when you go to sleep. So once you do this, automatically you will, get up early in the morning. How to manage anger? How to manage anger? It's an emotion. Okay. Anger management is a different part. Mm, Anger management, it's a very big session, I can tell you. But to manage anger, I can tell you, it's just it's a chronic stress. When there is too much of stress, automatically anger issues. I told you, people sitting near and they are yelling each other. They are physically closer, but emotionally they are not connected. So anger issues happens. Children yelling at the parents, there are nowadays so many videos or Instagram showing the importance of mothers and fathers. Okay. It is only because, nowadays children, they don't know how to respect their parents. They don't know how to behave with their parents, because parents feel that children are like their friends and they are very free, and children take this as an advantage, and they yell at their parents. So please teach them about Islam. Once a child knows what Islam is about, automatically they'll be on the track. Weekend also we have to follow. Yes, you need to follow every day. You need to follow every day. You cannot bunk. Like for an instance, I can say from Monday to Saturday, you need to get up early, go for work. But on one day alone, like you will be sleeping. Please don't do that. Practice every day. Of course, thank you so much. I'm a B.Ed special educator, so obviously I teach special children. Thank you. A girl had an affair, but ended up what she's ready. When she's ready to marry a different person, she says, okay. But how to address her? How we know whether she's really honest? What things we should talk with her? I can tell you one thing. Please, family people, you cannot talk to her. You invite a third party, for instance, a counselor, or a Jamaat people. Okay, family members, you cannot, and the child will not open up. Please bring in third party and let the child disclose everything. Obviously, when you bring a counselor in and child packed, and she will open up. You can't talk to her. She will be seeing you as a mother. She'll be seeing you as an aunt. She'll be seeing you as a sister. Okay, she will not disclose unless and until she should have that confidence that the work will be done. It's better you approach counselor. Anything else? This was a very good question, Shiaza. Nowadays, these things are happening. It's a terminology called move on. Most of the uh, young adults, they are following these strategies like moving on. They have an affair, and there is a problem in the relationship. They just move on. So there might be a pressure from the family. So all these things happen. It's a latest trend, I can tell you. Hope I have answered your question, Shiaza. Good. Even though if you are doing psychology and counseling, and that girl is from your family, never ever that child will open up to you. You need to approach a third party. That's why I'm telling you, third party. You have to bring in a third party. Better you bring a counselor. Thank you. Some more questions? Yeah, fantastic. Very good. For newly married girls, see, for newly married girls, I would recommend they should undergo premarital counseling. Okay, premarital counseling is very, very important for the girl who is going to get married. Now, once she undergoes the premarital counseling, she understands the value of interpersonal relationship, intrapersonal relationships, self-care, sexual intimacy, sexual relationships, okay, and regarding opposite gender. Then everything will be all right. So I recommend, the newly married girls to, not only newly married, going to be, okay, those girls can undergo this premarital counseling. Unless and until you don't, face the counseling, the counselors will teach you the techniques how to manage the new relationships. What is the secret of happy married life? So, what is the secret of happy married life is, I can tell you, is ignoring the fault of each other's. If I ignore my husband's fault, my husband will ignore my faults. That's the main thing. Okay, let it go. Like for an example, if something is between, okay, you need to forgive and forget. That's it. That's the principle of secret of happy married life. Forgive and forget. Hope I have answered your question, Shamim Sheikh. There are people who come after 25 years of married life to court for divorce. Unless and until they don't cross the stigma, like ego, they have this ego, the 3-letter word. If you have this, it's very difficult to have a happy married life. That's what I said, let it go. You should let go the ego and lead your life happily. Thank you, Shamim Sheikh. Mother passed away when kids were so young. Youngest one is 4 years old. Father had to marry another lady, elder child, as she was told that she couldn't digest. She tried to separate new parents. How to deal with her? Why didn't the father spoke to this child before he got married? He should take, rather taking the child's permission, the father should sit and talk to the child. And, it's better to tell her the reality of life. She's 12 and 13. Okay. She's matured enough to understand. And you need to bring in Islamic, religious laws where the child can easily understand. Dealing is, at present, the dealing will be difficult unless and until the new mother has to cope up the child's tantrum, how she behaves. Okay, the child should should have that confidence on the new mother. Hope I have answered your question, Shiaza. Anything else? You are welcome. You're welcome. Barakallah feek. Anything else? Yes, please go ahead. Islamic psychology is the need of the hour because children are going astray. They don't know what real life is about. That's what Islam is always there. No, Islam is the way of life. So it's better you take up the Islamic psychology and you can teach your children. You can teach your relations. Please go ahead, do Islamic psychology. Yes, yeah, somebody just deleted the, do not, as I request the girls, do not accept unknown friends from Instagram or FB. Okay, please think before you act. Think before you act. Just like that, don't be friend with unknown persons. unless and until you know them personally. Nowadays, there are too many problems occurring through Instagram and through Facebook. So many apps have come. So be careful before you give or accept the friend request. Barakallah feek. Any other? As a psychology student, I can tell you one thing. Nowadays, there is a problem among the youth, like identity crisis. Yes, identity crisis is going on. So I request the psychologist to make the client understand and not to accept the peer groups, the peer pressure, gender biases. There are many youth coming. They say I'm a female in a male's body. So please try make them understand what life is about. And if they are from our community, you can talk about the prophets and talk about the punishment, what Allah's wrath will be on those people. Okay, so please advise. Maintain gender balance in Instagram is also be implemented. Yes, like unknown male member trying to be friendly with you, please think about it before you become a friend. Anything else? Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Due to power cut, I lost the session for nearly 5 minutes. I'm just using my mobile. Hope you all are happy with this session. Alhamdulillah. I've just sent my contact details. Hope to have one more session with everyone, inshallah, on a different topic. Rafiq sir?
மேம் கேக்குதுங்களா?
கேக்குது.
ஓகே மேம். என் பண்ணிக்கலாமா?
அவங்க என்னோட கான்டாக்ட் நம்பர் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க.
சரி, ஓகே மேம். நான் சார்ட்ட பேசிட்டு நான் குரூப்ல கொடுப்பேன்.
இன்ஷால்லா. ஓகே.
அட்மின்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் யாரும் எதுவும் கொஸ்டின் எதுவும் கேட்குறதுன்னா கேட்கலாம் மேம் கிட்ட. ஓகே மேம். அட்மின் சைன் இன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். தேங்க்யூ மேம்.
Jazakallah to everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.